You will go to start,
Okay.
click on Altium Designer
Okay.
to start opening the Altium. After you click on the Altium Designer, you can see this window.
Okay.
From this window, if you need a new project, go to File, New. You'll go to Project, click on Project, and give the name of the project. Let's say this will be Sabah. Okay.
Okay.
You say okay to this. We will leave it just default. When you create the project, you will right click on the project and add new to the project. Go to the schematic. Okay. Now you add the schematic for the project.
Okay.
And what you need is right click, add new library. You need schematic library as well. From schematic library, what you have to do is, if you need to create a new component, you will using this library. For example, if you need to use something like
something not existing.
not exist in the library,
No,
you will
yeah.
create it
Oh,
by clicking
build,
on the
build,
shape.
to build a
That's right.
component. Yeah.
For example, if I have that one, component number 2, so this is component number 2, component number 1, you will add them. For component number 1, let's add, for example, rectangle. So this is rectangle, and let's add the connection to the rectangle. This is a connection, so the connection point will be like that. If you have more than one connection, for example, this have 4 legs or 3 legs, you just click and add how much you need. Okay. And you can convert that one by clicking on the space bar.
On space bar to rotate.
Yeah. This is number 2 and this is number 3. Just example. You can make that one larger to give more space, for example. So this is just ugly example for
That's okay.
4 leg component. After that, you will save it. Just give the name. Let's say this is, we will be first component. You save the component.
So this is just the entity. What is inside?
Yes. It's not very important. This is just you make it a component. You don't know what's included now. We will go back to the schematic.
Yeah, we just need the PCB. We don't need the function inside. Yeah.
We will come back, right click on the project. We will go to add new PCB
Right click
library.
on Sabah.
Yes.
Then add a new
PCB
project.
library.
Then PCB library. Yeah.
From the PCB library, you will design the layout for the schematic when you create for the component.
For this
For this
component.
4 leg component.
That was just a schematic.
Just schematic.
Nothing about the size, the measure.
Nothing.
Here now we can
You will
specify the
Yes. You will
distance between pins and length of the pin.
Yes. Now you will go to the
Tools,
component wizard,
tools, IP component,
footprint component wizard.
Yes.
From this wizard, I will go to next. You will choose
to
what
next,
type of footprint you need to design.
This is the packages. Yeah.
This is the packages.
And
You
there
can
is a picture for every package.
the shapes,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, lovely.
So let's say we need something like that, for example. Okay, we have 4 legs. Let's go to something like that. Next, you have all the information with you can see everything from the data sheet.
Yeah, and you can change.
Yeah, you have this
everything,
size, you have this size,
Yeah, the chip
pin size. I will just leave it as a
default.
but I will change that one to 4. just to be 4 leg,
Mm-hmm.
and I will leave everything just same because this is an example. And you will give thermal pad. You can find everything from the data sheet. Step by step, you will just say next, next. Give this information as well.
Mm-hmm.
You see the legs as well, the height and everything. You can find it in the data sheet. It's not randomly. You'll just say next, next. Calculate component tolerance.
So for basic use, just keep it as on default.
Yes.
Okay.
But for the data sheet, you can just follow the data
You
sheet.
follow the data sheet.
After you finished, you can find this
Path dimension.
pass,
yeah.
Artem,
spacing.
extended spacing.
The space and dimension. Yeah.
Yes. Path shape, it's rectangle.
Rectangle or rounded.
Rounded,
It's
yes.
rounded always.
Yes. So after you click and arrange everything, you will be asking current PCB library. They will add for you to the same library.
Mm-hmm.
So finish. So this is the layout.
This is the
Layout for
component.
the component, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you make this component and
Mhm.
you save it as this name. It's 4 leg path. You have 4 path. Let's save it and put it in the PCB library.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Done. We will go back to the schematic for the
Mm-hmm.
for this component. We will go to add footprint. We need to link it,
This one with the PCB.
the footprint with this one. So when you add it, go to the footprint.
Footprint. Yeah. Add
You will go
footprint,
to
then
browse.
Footprint. Browse.
You will have that one you just created.
The PCB created.
If you have more than one
Pick one,
component,
the one you need.
the right one.
Yeah.
Click on that one. You can see the footprint. It's linked now
Mm-hmm.
to that one. Say okay. You see
Mm.
that one is linked to this one now.
Yeah.
So we will save it. We don't need that one now. We can just close it, for example, if we don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to remember what's the component 1. We just name it component 1. Okay. Click that one. So now we have the schematic. We will go to the library. Open the library.
Where?
So you have this one. You can
Library.
library, just click on the library.
Yeah.
Okay. So PCB library, this is the one we have now. You see the same name.
Mm-hmm.
And the first, we have the first schematic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From that one, you have this component we
Mhm.
just created now. Component number 1, we just go to say place. So we have place.
Place component.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is the component we place.
Okay.
And we will go to other libraries. For example, we have more than.
Now this is PCB or just schematic?
This is just schematic.
Schematic.
You have battery, for example. Place battery.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to change the rotation.
Yeah. This is nothing to do with the schematic. This
No,
is just,
just
with
the
the PCB.
schematic.
This is just a schematic
Just
and
schematic.
draw it as usual.
Just normal drawing. For example, let's.
So what about the default library?
This
We
is the
built-
default.
This is the default library.
Our library.
Every component now there has a PCB.
Yes.
This is the PCB.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually, this is what we need to work with the already prepared.
But
component.
sometimes you have component you don't need. You don't have it.
It's,
So you just create
no.
by yourself. You see, you have resistance, for example.
Yeah, I think
You can
companies,
see
they
the component
did everything.
for the resistance. You can change it because this resistor now, it's a legless resistance. You need to scroll the what's called drill the PCB.
Mhm.
The big component, this one. But if you want something like this kind of resistors, which is called mounted, surface mount,
Mhm.
You need to change the layout, change the footprint.
There is no service mount resistance.
No, you can't change it. Yes, they have. You see, if I put that one now, and let's pick up the capacitor as well. Bring any capacitor. So the capacitors we have now, you see all the capacitors is a big capacitors we have. I think this 4-5 components it's enough for now.
Yeah.
Let's
Connect.
before connection we will change the footprint for this one. Double click.
Footprint. What do you mean by footprint?
We told you see this one?
Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
large.
Yeah.
We need surface mount, for example, or for that one you need surface mount. Double click, you can see the footprint. This is the capacitor. It's mean through hole.
Through hole to.
Yes, you need to change it.
0.3 inch pin
Go to
spacing.
edit. You can't pick up a new library for that one. Description, pin map.
Pin
You
map.
can't change it. That one. Let's bring it for. Choose from something somewhere else. Browse. So we can choose something like.
These are packages.
There's a lot of, so there's more than one libraries you can check, and there's some online library you can check as well.
SM. No, the SMB.
If you cannot find sometime, you can just create it by yourself. It's not difficult. You can see new component, make the new component. You cannot find it here. Yes, you see, this is surface mount size 0.6.
Which library? This one.
Yeah.
Mine's direct.
If you need smaller, you will go to smaller. 4.2. This is 4.2. This is 6.3. You can make it larger, for example. That one is larger, little bit, but it's all surface mount. This is all surface mount types.
These are capacitors, I think.
No, this
Not
you
resistor.
can use it for everything. This is just
Capacitor.
surface mount.
Service mount.
This is the standard size for the surface mount.
We can put whatever we like.
Yes, you can link it with the capacitor, link it with the resistors. It's up to you. Okay, let's link that one.
But what about the name? If we want to print
The name will be resistor, because you click
from
on
the
resistor.
schematic.
Yes.
The layer of names from schematic, not to here.
Yeah. So we link that one now. Okay. So we change the capacitor. This capacitor, change it.
It is not changed.
In the footprint, you see, change it.
But the figure.
We don't need that one because this is library. We don't care about library, but we change that one now. If you want to change that one as well, double click. You see
Resistor.
throw hold now.
Yeah.
You
Throw
don't need
hold,
throw
yeah.
hold. You need to change it.
How to change it
Yeah.
slowly? Again,
Browse.
library name, browse.
You come to something like that, for
Management
example.
device. Yeah.
Make it
okay.
this one or make it that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will change it. Now it's changed.
Changed. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The same is resistor, but the footprint I bring this footprint.
Yeah. When we generate the PCB, it will be this PCB,
this name,
not
yeah.
this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the diode.
Diode, yeah.
Let's say this is diode number 1, capacitor number 2, capacitor number 1.
Yeah.
You can generate these numbers by
D1,
some
C1,
tools.
D2, C2.
Yeah, there's some tools. If you click on it, it will generate the numbers. for you. Yeah.
Auto generation.
Yeah, but if you want to click
Name
on
it,
it and name it by yourself, you can name it.
Yeah.
And this component, we just name it nothing. You can just name it IC. Okay.
Hello.
And this one resistor. Now all the components, it has been updated. You need to link everything now. Let's copy this one and paste it. Just make it a little bit. See it.
C1, C2.
Oh, resistor. One resistor we have. Okay. Let's connect the components. You have the place wire.
Mhm.
So you just come click on it.
Again.
You have place wire.
Just point on the icon. Okay, that's it.
When you
Place
click on the place wire, you just come connect.
Place wire.
So you will follow the schematic.
The real schematic. yeah.
Real
This is,
schematic. This is just example. You finish everything. You have all
Yeah.
the components and you create everything.
mhm.
You will go to place this to the PCB. So this is the schematic.
Place.
Right click,
Right click on server.
add new PCB.
Add new PCB.
اوكي هذا البي سي بي اخزن وسميه anything you want. Okay, save. Now you will go to PCB, go to design,
PCB.
update PCB. Okay,
Update PCB.
validate changes, execute changes, close. In the PCB you have all the components here.
What?
Select them. You can just
Drag
and
them.
drop. Yes.
So what about the connection is now auto connection?
You
Okay.
can do it
It's
also
connected already.
because in the schematic
Yeah.
already it's connected.
Yeah.
So you will just arrange it.
As
If you
I
want, if you
want
want to
on the
change
board.
the direction, you will change it.
Yeah.
And this one capacitor.
Yeah. Okay. Placement. This is a placement where you want.
Placement.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the final step.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
We finish.
Yeah.
Now,
it's
okay.
easy. It's not difficult.
Save this.
So when placement is finished,
Yeah.
you have all the components now,
Yeah.
and you have a PCB layout.
Mhm.
So let's go to the auto route.
But this one outside.
I'll wait until we get the boxes then.
Yeah. This is the red one. The real size of the PCB. The red one.
You can change the size. You can modify
red?
it.
The red area.
Yes. Let's go to modify that size. You will go to place, for example.
Place, yeah.
Let's place circle.
Full circle.
Okay.
Just show me, please, to make it circle.
So for the circle, let's start and make small circle like that. Okay. Circle. This will be something like that. Make it smaller, larger a little bit. No, it's okay. Where is? Okay. So according to the circle, you will select the circle. Go to the design.
Select the circle. Go
Board
to the
shape.
design. Board shape.
Define from selected object.
Define from selected.
This is the object. We selected the object.
The
We will
circle.
define the board.
Nothing happened.
You see the black area all gone.
But yeah.
This red one is nothing. You just delete it.
So now the
The black
component.
one is your PCB. So come to this one, and you can rearrange everything according to this new layout.
Lovely.
Okay.
And any shape I want, I
Anything.
can do that. Yeah. Just draw the shape. As
Just draw.
Triangle, rectangle, triangle.
Random. You can make it flexible.
Any PCB.
You can make it flexible PCB.
Yeah.
You can divide the PCB to
Custom.
four
Customized.
parts.
Customized.
This one rigid, this one flexible.
Customized as according to
layout.
area you have.
Yes. So now we finish it. Let's go to auto routing. All.
Auto route. All.
From the auto route, you will define everything you want. Anything you want. For example, the width You can tell the width how much will be.
Mhm.
You can change the size. You can change the routing vias, clearance, anything you will set up before changing or before starting.
The width of you mean the
Yeah,
PCB
you see the
track,
width now?
Yeah.
This is the width. We can make
This
it
is the width of
for
pin
the
or
for the lines, for the
the
wiring,
track.
the tracks.
Mm.
We can make it larger. Minimum, this is 10. Preferred, we can make it, for
So
example,
three
20. That one will be 20 maximum.
So why it is 3 wide
Because sometimes you have some tracks, you have no space, much more space. You need it to become
to go
very narrow. So you will give the minimum size according to the company, and you will give the maximum size. For
And
example,
with
the
the-
powering. Sometimes
Yeah,
the power
yeah,
need to
yeah.
be larger.
So how the package use this size
The package will use the preferred width.
preferred width 20?
You will tell him preferred width will be, let's say the maximum it's
if
50.
if there is no way to do the preferred width,
Because
go to
auto-
the smaller and smaller.
yes. So the auto routing will look at the preferred one.
Mm-hmm.
If have no space, you will go to smaller.
The other options.
Yes. And if it's possible, it will choose the larger sometime.
Mhm.
you
Depends on the area of
Yes.
the PCB.
After you finish all the drilling and information when you need for the PCB, just say route O.
Right. Oh.
So routing finished with 0,
Connections.
failed 0. So that's all. Everything is connected.
Routing finished with 0 connections.
I mean 0 fail.
0 fail.
Yes.
So everything is connected now.
Everything is connected. This is your PCB. If you need to look at the
This
PCB,
is this method is the auto routing.
auto routing.
Auto.
So press number 2.
Why press number
Number
2?
3. Number 2 is 2 dimension. Number 3 is 3 dimension.
Mhm.
So you can see your PCB layout.
No, I think number
Number
this
7. 8.
this is the layers. The component layer, PCB,
You can see it now. This is a PCB layout.
and how you are
Just
rotating
press
this?
0,
0 with the mouse.
9,
0,
no,
9,
nothing.
0, 9,
8.
8.
This is, let's press 0 again, and 3, this is 3,
3,
2,
2,
and we have 1 as well.
1. So top, top layer. Then again.
It's all top layer. You can change the layers by clicking on that one. Bottom layer, top layer.
So how do I know how many layers here?
Okay, double click on that one.
Top layer.
Yes. No, sorry, not double click. Double click on that one, yes.
The red.
The red.
This one.
Yes.
The red. Yeah.
This is the information for the
layers.
configuration for the PCB. So you have single layer, you have top layer and
Bottom layer.
yes, signal layer, sorry. Top and bottom you have.
Hmm.
If you want to add more layers, you go to adding.
What if I need to do 6 layers?
Okay,
How?
go to the PCB.
Go to the PCB.
You will go to the PCB inspector.
PCB inspector.
So, not the, sorry, not inspector, just a minute.
Yeah.
Board inside? No. This is showing you.
خلاص. شوية. I have to change the layers. Number
Yes.
of layers.
Right
So
click.
right click.
Option,
Options.
layer stack manager.
Layer stack manager. Yeah.
هذا هو add layer.
Top overlay. Top
Yeah.
overlay. Top
ها-
solder.
هسه عندك هذا
Top
التوب
layer.
لاير
مم.
وعندك البوتوم لاير. عندك تو
Bottom layer.
لايرز. اوكي. اذا تريد تضيف اللاير كليك عن
هذا.
هذا اد لاير. هسه بكم 4.
Mm. So then how this layer can be used for tracking and
So
PCB?
you can use it as much as you want. So make it another, so it becomes 6 layers.
I think we need to specify this at the beginning of the process.
You can change it in the end as well.
But layer
Before
should
routing.
before routing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before routing, you will change it.
Before routing, change it to
If you do routing and you see you have a problem, you can change it.
Add
as
a
well.
layer.
Adding
a
layer.
layer, then do the routing again.
Yes. If you go to advanced, you can manage the layers. Make it flexible, for example.
What is I mean flex?
So at stack, you will change the to 3 parts, for example.
I didn't get that.
يعني هذا هو البي سي بي. تقطعها إلى 3 أجزاء. هذا راح تكون صلب، هذا راح تكون صلب، وهذا راح تكون flexible.
Okay. I mean can bend it.
صح bended.
Yeah.
خليني نسوي هذا
Two.
الستاك 2 flexible. يعني
Flex.
مرن. والستاك 1 هو
You mean
العادي.
flexible, not board, like
like paper.
like paper. Yeah, like mobiles, ribbon. And,
صح
yeah.
صح. هذا يسمون flexible.
Okay.
هسه حولت البي سي بي وخلاص كل شيء.
So what is the output now?
The output, this is your output. We doesn't change the PCB.
And how to get it PCB? So what to send to the technician to print?
You will create a Gerber file.
What?
Gerber file.
Yeah, this is
Export.
export.
From the export, you have. I doesn't use.
Yeah. Now how to give the technician the PCB
Go to file.
file,
Go to
export,
fabrication output.
fabrication output,
Go to Gerber files.
Gerber files. Okay.
هذا راح يولد لك Gerber files.
Okay.
Okay.
Print. Okay. Press okay. So do I get at the end of this process get a paper with
Paper.
tracks? Yeah. A4 paper. Which type of paper?